In the summer of 2002, the world of WWE was changing in a very big way. The company had recently split its massive roster into two separate brands. These brands were Raw and SmackDown. Each show would have its own set of superstars, its own stories, and its own championships. This was called the brand extension. It was an exciting time for fans. It meant more wrestling, more rivalries, and more opportunities for the wrestlers to become champions. However, this new structure created a very important problem that needed to be solved quickly and decisively for the new era to truly begin. The WWE Undisputed Champion at the time was the dominant Brock Lesnar. He was a force of nature, a new kind of athlete, who shocked everyone with his power and skill. After winning the title at SummerSlam, the SmackDown general manager, Stephanie McMahon, signed Lesnar to an exclusive contract. This meant that Brock Lesnar and the WWE Championship would only appear on SmackDown. This was a huge move for the Blue brand. It gave them the company's top prize, but it left the Raw brand, run by general manager Eric Bischoff, without a world champion to call its own, creating a massive void at the top of the card. Eric Bischoff was a man known for making bold and controversial decisions. He was the former head of World Championship Wrestling, WWE's biggest rival for years. He was not gonna let his show, Monday Night Raw, be seen as second best. He needed a title that had the same level of importance as the WWE Championship. He needed a championship that fans would immediately recognize and respect. So, Bischoff decided to bring back a legendary and iconic prize from the past. He reactivated the historic World Heavyweight Championship, a title with a rich history connected to legends like Ric Flair and Harley Race. This new World Heavyweight Championship was represented by the famous Big Gold Belt. This belt was instantly familiar to wrestling fans all over the world. It was the same design used for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. By bringing back this specific title, Bischoff was making a powerful statement. He was not just creating a new belt, he was reviving a legacy. This gave the new championship instant credibility and a feeling of historical importance. It signaled that Raw was ready to compete with SmackDown and that a new main event scene was about to be born on Monday nights. With the magnificent Big Gold Belt now officially the top prize for the Raw brand, the next question was a big one. Who would be the very first champion? How would this new title holder be decided? Would there be a tournament, a battle royal, or a special match? General manager Eric Bischoff, always loving the spotlight, came to the ring to make his historic announcement. He explained that Raw deserved a champion who was already a proven winner, a superstar who had been at the very top of the mountain before. He did not want to leave it to chance. He wanted to anoint a king for his kingdom. Instead of a competition, Bischoff simply awarded the championship to one man. That man was Triple H. This decision was very controversial and caused a lot of debate among fans and other wrestlers on the Raw roster. Triple H was already one of the biggest stars in WWE. He was a multi-time former WWE champion and the leader of the powerful Evolution faction. Bischoff argued that Triple H's past accomplishments made him the most logical and deserving choice to be the inaugural champion. He saw Triple H as the perfect person to establish the new title's prestige from the very beginning. This moment was incredibly important for both Triple H and the championship itself. For Triple H, it cemented his status as the top star on the Raw brand. It was the start of what many would call his reign of terror, a long period where he dominated the main event scene. Receiving the title this way also made him an even bigger villain. Many people felt he did not earn it, and this made them want to see someone, anyone, take that championship away from him. This immediately created drama and set up future rivalries for the new title. The act of handing the title to Triple H was a classic Eric Bischoff move. It was arrogant, it created controversy, and it put all the attention on him and his chosen champion. While fans booed the decision, it was also a smart way to start the title's story. It gave the championship an instant identity tied to a top-level superstar. The Big Gold Belt was now Triple H's prize, and a long line of challengers would soon form, all hoping to be the one to knock the game off his newly awarded throne and begin their own legacy with the prestigious championship. With Triple H established as the first World Heavyweight Champion, his primary mission was to prove he was worthy of the honor Eric Bischoff had given him. He did this by defeating anyone who dared to challenge him. His group, Evolution, which also included the legendary Ric Flair, the powerful Batista, and the young Randy Orton, helped him keep the title secure. They were a dominant force on Monday Night Raw, using their numbers and their cunning to make sure the big gold belt stayed with their leader. This made Triple H seem almost unbeatable for a very long time. However, one man emerged as Triple H's greatest rival during this period, his former best friend, Shawn Michaels. The story between them was deeply personal and filled with emotion. Michaels had returned to wrestling in 2002 after a career-threatening back injury. His comeback was a miracle. He challenged Triple H for the World Heavyweight Championship inside the first-ever Elimination Chamber match at Survivor Series 2002. In a truly unforgettable moment, a battered and bloody Shawn Michaels pinned Triple H to win the title, completing one of the greatest comeback stories in WWE history. The feud between Triple H and Shawn Michaels defined the World Heavyweight Championship for over a year. They traded the title back and forth in a series of incredible and brutal matches. One of their most famous encounters was a last man standing match at the Royal Rumble in 2004. The match was so violent and exhausting that neither man could answer the referee's 10 count, resulting in a draw. This meant Triple H kept the championship, but it proved how evenly matched these two legendary competitors were. Their rivalry raised the prestige of the title immensely. Their epic conflict reached its climax at WrestleMania 20. In a match that many consider one of the greatest in WrestleMania history, Triple H and Shawn Michaels faced off one more time. But they were not alone. The 2004 Royal Rumble winner, Chris Benoit, was also in the match, making it a triple threat. In a dramatic conclusion, Benoit forced the seemingly unbeatable Triple H to tap out, winning the World Heavyweight Championship. It was a shocking and emotional victory that ended Triple H's long reign and proved that the big gold belt was a prize worth fighting for. After the era defined by Triple H and Shawn Michaels, a new powerhouse began to emerge from within Triple H's own group, Evolution. That man was Batista. For a long time, Batista served as the enforcer for the group. He was the muscle that protected Triple H and helped him win his matches. He was a loyal soldier, doing the dirty work and ensuring that the game remained the World Heavyweight Champion. Fans could see the incredible power and potential in Batista, and they began to wonder when he would get his own chance to shine and go for the gold himself. The turning point came in early 2005. Batista achieved a huge victory by winning the 2005 Royal Rumble match. This victory gave him a guaranteed championship match at WrestleMania 21. At the time, Triple H was once again the World Heavyweight Champion. Triple H and Ric Flair tried to manipulate Batista into challenging the WWE Champion, John Bradshaw Layfield, on SmackDown. They wanted him to stay away from the World Heavyweight Championship. They wanted to keep Evolution together and, more importantly, keep the title securely around Triple H's waist. Batista, however, began to see through the manipulation. He realized that Triple H did not see him as an equal but as a threat. The tension built for weeks until one of the most iconic moments in Raw history. During a contract signing, Batista had to choose which champion he would face. He pretended to sign the SmackDown contract, giving Triple H and Ric Flair a thumbs up, but then, in a dramatic gesture, he slowly turned his thumb down, mimicking what Triple H had done to Randy Orton months before. He then brutally attacked his former leader, powerbombing him through a table and declaring his intention to take the World Heavyweight Championship. At WrestleMania 21, the master faced his apprentice. Batista, now a massive fan favorite, challenged Triple H for the World Heavyweight Championship. In a hard-fought and physical battle, the animal proved he was ready for the main event. He defeated Triple H to become the new World Heavyweight Champion. This victory was huge. It signaled the end of Evolution's dominance and the beginning of the Batista era. His rise from a loyal bodyguard to the man who defeated his own mentor was a perfect wrestling story, and it made him one of the biggest stars in the entire company. In the summer of 2005, the WWE landscape shifted once again during the annual draft lottery. The World Heavyweight Champion at the time, Batista, was drafted from Raw to SmackDown. This was a major change, as it meant the big gold belt, which had been the top prize on Raw since its creation, was now the premier championship for the blue brand. Batista brought his star power and the prestigious title with him, starting a new chapter in the championship's history. He continued to have a dominant reign on SmackDown, defending the title against all challengers, including the legendary JBL. But, after Batista had to give up the championship due to a serious injury, a new and cunning superstar seized the opportunity to become champion. That superstar was Edge. Known as the Rated R Superstar and the Ultimate Opportunist, Edge was a master at finding ways to win championships, often by, bending the rules. He won his first World Heavyweight Championship by cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase on The Undertaker. This began a long and personal feud between Edge and The Undertaker, with the big gold belt at the center of their epic conflict. The rivalry between Edge and The Undertaker is, honestly, one of the most memorable in SmackDown history. They battled for the World Heavyweight Championship in many different types of matches. They faced each other in a classic main event at WrestleMania 24, where The Undertaker defeated Edge to win the title and keep his undefeated WrestleMania streak alive. Their feud also involved Edge's wife, SmackDown General Manager Vickie Guerrero, who often used her power to help Edge unfairly. They even competed in a brutal Hell in a Cell match, proving just how personal their war had become. During this period on SmackDown, other great superstars also held the famous Big Gold Belt. Legends like The Undertaker had multiple reigns, adding to his incredible legacy. His late friend, Eddie Guerrero. Stars like CM Punk also made their mark, cashing in his Money in the Bank contract to win the title and, shock the world. The championship thrived on SmackDown, creating new main event stars and continuing its legacy as a prize that everyone wanted to hold. One of the most unique aspects of the World Heavyweight Championship was its ability to move between WWE's two main brands, Raw and SmackDown. This movement usually happened during the annual WWE Draft. The draft was an exciting night where superstars could be traded from one show to the other. Sometimes, the champion himself would be drafted, and that meant the championship would move with him. This kept both shows feeling fresh and unpredictable, as the balance of power could shift in an instant with a single draft pick, changing the entire title picture for the year ahead. The first major move happened in 2005. Batista, who had become the face of Raw after defeating Triple H, was the final draft pick for SmackDown. The crowd was in shock as the World Heavyweight Champion walked out on the SmackDown stage. This move established the Big Gold Belt as the top prize for the Blue brand for the next several years. It was a defining moment for SmackDown, as they now had both a top-tier champion in Batista and a world title with a rich and growing history. This allowed a new group of superstars on SmackDown to chase the prestigious gold. In 2008, the title made its journey back to Monday Night Raw. This happened when CM Punk, a Raw superstar, cashed in his Money in the Bank contract on the SmackDown champion, Edge. Edge had been attacked by Batista, and Punk seized the moment to win the title. Since Punk was a member of the Raw roster, the World Heavyweight Championship came back with him. A year later, in 2009, the title moved back to SmackDown when the reigning champion, Edge, was drafted to the Blue brand, taking the Big Gold Belt with him once more and continuing its strong association with Friday nights. These brand switches were very important for the championship story. They allowed for fresh matchups and new rivalries to develop. A champion who had feuded with everyone on Raw could suddenly have a whole new list of challengers on SmackDown. This kept the title scene exciting for the fans. It also reinforced the idea that the World Heavyweight Championship was on the same level as the WWE Championship. No matter which show it was on, it was always a premier world title, sought after by the biggest and best superstars in the entire company. While John Cena is most famously associated with his many reigns as WWE Champion, he also had a very important history with the World Heavyweight Championship. His connection to the Big Gold Belt helped to further elevate its status as a truly top-tier prize in WWE. Cena first won the championship in 2008 at Survivor Series. He defeated Chris Jericho in a highly anticipated return match after suffering a serious neck injury. This victory was a powerful moment, as it showed Cena's incredible resilience and proved that he could dominate on any brand and for any world title. Cena's rivalries over the World Heavyweight Championship were intense and memorable. He had a particularly heated feud with Edge. The two superstars battled over the title throughout early 2009. Their conflict culminated in a last-man-standing match at Backlash, which saw Edge win the title back after the Big Show interfered and threw Cena into a giant spotlight, causing an explosion. This dramatic and dangerous moment showed just how far these men were willing to go to be the World Heavyweight Champion, creating a lasting image in the minds of the WWE Universe. One of Cena's most significant reigns as World Heavyweight Champion came in 2013. He had returned from another injury and challenged the dominant champion, Alberto Del Rio. Cena defeated Del Rio at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view to win the title. This win was very important because it happened at a critical time for WWE. The company was moving towards a major change in its championship landscape. By putting the big gold belt on its biggest star, WWE was signaling that the title was incredibly important right up until its final moments. John Cena's final reign with the belt positioned him as the last great champion of its era. He was the man chosen to carry the title into its historic unification match. Having a star of his magnitude hold the championship gave it a final boost of prestige. It was a fitting role for a superstar who had been the face of the company for so long. Cena's history with the big gold belt, though not as extensive as his history with the WWE Championship, was crucial in solidifying its legacy as a world title worthy of the greatest superstars in the industry. The history of the World Heavyweight Championship is filled with incredible statistics and records that highlight the careers of the superstars who held it. These numbers help tell the story of the title's 11-year journey in WWE. One of the most impressive records is for the most reigns as champion. That honor belongs to Edge, who captured the prestigious big gold belt a stunning 7 times. This record perfectly reflects his nickname, the Ultimate Opportunist, as he was a master at finding ways to win the title, whether it was through a Money in the Bank cash-in or by exploiting a rival's weakness. When it comes to the longest single reign, that distinction belongs to the Animal Batista, after he defeated Triple H. At WrestleMania 21, Batista held the World Heavyweight Championship for an amazing 282 days. This dominant reign solidified him as a true main event star and established the championship as the top prize on SmackDown after it was drafted there. His long time as champion proved that he was not a fluke, but a powerful and credible force who could carry the brand on his broad shoulders for a significant period of time, creating stability for the title. The championship also saw both the youngest and oldest superstars win the gold. The youngest World Heavyweight Champion in its WWE history was Randy Orton. He won the title from Chris Benoit at SummerSlam 2004 when he was just 24 years old. This victory made him a main event player overnight and kicked off his legend killer persona. On the other end of the spectrum, the oldest champion was The Undertaker. The Phenom captured the title at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view in 2009 when he was 44 years old, proving that his skill and dominance were truly timeless. Another important statistic is the shortest reign, which belongs to Randy Orton. After being awarded the title by Edge, who had to vacate it due to injury, Orton immediately lost it to Daniel Bryan, who cashed in his Money in the Bank contract. While some records are for reigns lasting only minutes due to cash-ins, Orton's awarded reign is often noted. However, the record for shortest reign won in a match is held by Big Show, who lost the title to Daniel Bryan in just 45 seconds. These facts and figures are more than just trivia, they are key moments in the championship's rich and detailed history. By the end of 2013, the WWE landscape had changed once again. The brand extension, which had originally created the need for 2 world championships, was no longer in effect. Superstars from both Raw and SmackDown were now appearing on both shows. With only one roster of talent, having 2 world champions started to feel unnecessary. The Authority, led by Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, decided that it was time for a change. They declared that there should be only one undisputed champion in WWE, setting the stage for a historic and decisive match. The final chapter for the World Heavyweight Championship was written at the TLC Tables, Ladders and Chairs pay-per-view in December 2013. The reigning World Heavyweight Champion John Cena was set to face the reigning WWE champion, Randy Orton. Orton was Cena's greatest rival, and their careers had been intertwined for years. It was fitting that these two defining superstars of their generation would be the ones to compete in this monumental match. Both championships were suspended high above the ring, and the winner of the tables, ladders and chairs match would become the undisputed WWE World Heavyweight Champion. The match was brutal and dramatic, a perfect final battle for a title with such a storied history. Both Cena and Orton put their bodies on the line, using the unforgiving weapons to try and gain the advantage. In the end, it was Randy Orton who managed to climb the ladder and retrieve both championship belts. He unified the titles, and in that moment, the World Heavyweight Championship, as a separate entity, was officially retired. The big gold belt was merged with the WWE Championship, and its 11-year journey as an independent world title in WWE came to an honorable end. Even though it is no longer an active championship, the legacy of the big gold belt lives on. For over a decade, it represented excellence and was the goal for every superstar on Raw and SmackDown. It created main event stars like Batista, Edge, and CM Punk. It was at the center of legendary rivalries between icons like Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and The Undertaker. The championship's classic, elegant design made it instantly recognizable and prestigious. For fans who watched during that era, the World Heavyweight Championship will always be remembered as a true world title that created countless unforgettable moments.